The selection process at Adroit is quite selective. We get around 600 to 700 applications and we end up selecting only 60 to 70 students. When we're evaluating your applications, we usually consider your academic records, your extracurricular activities, your writing skills, your reading habit, and your estimated family contribution into consideration. And if based on this information you provide in our application form, we think you're a good fit for our program, we're going to call you for an interview and then just get to know you. It will be a informal chat, just like how the admissions officers will evaluate you during your own admissions process. We try to mimic that, and when we think that we can work with you and render a great acceptance, we're going to invite you in for our program. So when it comes to the concept of estimated family contribution, most of the Bangladeshi parents tend to feel like if you they tend to treat the concept of spending too much money as an expense, or that if you get like a lot of financial aid, you're usually more meritorious. So this concept doesn't really apply to the US colleges, which have like a financial aid policy where they're evaluating your family assets and income to understand how much you can contribute, and they also tend to look at spending in education as an investment, which means they're also very needs sensitive, and the more you can contribute, the safer you are in this admissions process. So keeping that in mind, we usually consider that keeping around 30k USD per year is usually in a safe zone. We would recommend, if the family can afford, to set aside that amount of money for their children's education per year. So why should you come at Adroit? You might ask that. If you have like the smarts and the potential and you already have tons of extracurricular activities, maybe, why should you consider joining our program? So we're not expecting to see a complete application when we ask you to apply for Adroit. We are selective and we are looking for students who are actually willing to put in work, but we are not expecting the students to know everything and be able to do everything by themselves. A lot of our students might come with stellar activities, but they might not know how to write or express their passions and interests in their essays. So we might focus for that particular student on those aspects to improve and help them create a more coherent application. Some of our students might have a little more scattered activities and might not have a defined theme, so we might help on that more. Some of the students just don't know where to apply and just might be in a bit of a risky zone considering their financial estimated family contribution. So for instance, there are schools that might not consider applications from full ride seekers, and there are schools that don't provide aid at all. So keeping those in mind, Adroit tries to help the students in the aspects that need the most help, and we have a comprehensive mentorship program where we work with the students one-on-one to create this application to get the best acceptances.